Hey everybody, welcome back to the Book 1 finale of Visions Veiled and Violent, a Copper Dragon Productions actual play of GUI Cube's Red Star Rising campaign. Last episode, our band of intrepid heroes pursued information in the city of Nevermore and sought after a missing necromantic hand somewhere on the grounds of the carnivalle. Nevets spent some of the zatis' newly acquired gold to ply the contact of Luthander with drink, while the human rogue dug for information surrounding the blue-skinned pirates, Lord Adowole, and any other rumors that might shed light on the mystery surrounding the troupe. Unfortunately, the ever-watching gaze of Jillian Vennex was a constant reminder that the two would not be safe until they returned to the Blue Veil troupe. Meanwhile, Jericho and Moore, led by the nose of their new animal companion Bartholomew, reunited with Adowole at the troupe smithy, where they saw the violence rendered by the detached hand in the form of a bleeding and unconscious Dren. After making sure the blacksmith was stable, the young heroes followed the trail of their necromantic quarry to the Cart of Sweets. Searching the cart, perhaps too thoroughly, the zatis discovered that they were too late, and so their pursuit continues, this time in the direction of a well-known frequenter of the cart, young Vezi.
So, now that we are back, I think the obvious course of action is to start off with the thing that matters the most for the stakes of the current situation, which is obviously going back to Luthander and Nevets at the Seven Sylves Inn.
So, Jillian Vennex has not made an attempt to pick our pockets or anything at this point. She's just hovering.
So you haven't noticed her trying to pick your pockets.
Does Luthander feel there's more information to get out of his contact, or do you kind of feel you've gotten to the bottom of the well?
No, bottom of the well here. I think rewarding with another drink or two is probably going to elicit more but less useful information. So,
yeah, I think Nevets looks up to Jillian and says, "You'll excuse us, Miss Vennex, but I think Luthander and myself need to depart, so we will leave you to the evening."
She smiles quite broadly and says, "Oh, I would hate to tarry you on your way, good sir. Please, give my regards to your wonderful carnivalle, to the many, many delightful Hanataz members of the troupe, and safe travels on your way to Adowole, I think it was?"
I can't remember for the life of me. I guess I'll have to leave that to the carnivalle leadership.
Well, best of luck. I've heard dreadful rumors about what's happening on the road.
And Nevets will stand up and he's ready to depart, facing her the whole time and slowly backing away, hand on coin purse.
yeah, I'm following that lead.
Okay, and so as you're backing up slowly, totally inconspicuously, out of the inn, you see Jillian just, drinking her ale, chatting with Luthander's contact, and giving a little wry smile, but clearly watching you the entire way.
Luthander, do you have any other ideas on how we might find the blue-skinned pirate?
Perhaps if we head towards the docks, but then it starts becoming just a random search, which, given the hours we have, I think is going to be not particularly useful.
Given time is short and we didn't really know that we were going to be getting in here, it might be an opportune time to check out the church that was accosted in the attempted hostile takeover by the smugglers.
A great idea. Let's do it.
And we will ask around on the location of that church and try to make our way there as rapidly as possible, given the time limit we're under.
In the bar or on the street?
On the street.
Okay. So as you got in the street, and you start trying to inconspicuously, very casually make your way around, see if there's anybody who looks like they might know what they're doing. And as you get about 20, 30 meters down the street, you see Jillian Vennex exit the bar, still with a little wry smile on her face as she's just casually strolls, whistling to herself and watching the two of you.
I'm going to whisper to Nevets, do we tell her about... what's the name of that guy that's looking for her? Had a Sid?
Had a Sid.
Do we tell her about Tatter Sid? Do the old, as detectives say on television shows that we've never watched because they don't exist? Rattle the cage, see what happens.
If there's any way for us to possibly make our way towards some outpost of his group, which is called the Wandering Eye, Nate? The
Comedy of the Unseen Star.
Comedy of the Unseen. If we might ask around to find a location where they are headquartered, because that would probably be the easiest way to make her, if not leave us alone, at least give us more breathing room.
It could be interesting if she follows us then. Let's do it. Let's do that.
So we automatically drop our previous line of inquiry, which was dangerous, and go for the more dangerous route of finding the purple Scar Star forehead guy.
We've got too many hit points.
Too many hit points indeed. All right, so you get another 30 to 40 meters down the street when you see Jillian drop her demeanor, take on this aghast expression, and grasp at her coin purse on her belt. And then she shouts as she points to Nevets, "Guards! That blood-touched midget just stole my silver star necklace."
I think we run.
I'm guessing you have a silver star necklace in your pocket that you didn't know about.
Potentially. We should immediately run towards the... who's your benefactress?
Lady
DeVerne?
Lady
DeVerne.
She's returned to her estate. She's not on the street.
Can you check whether you've got a star?
I check my coin purse and see if there is a star necklace in there.
So when you check your coin purse, you find a medallion about the size of a child's palm that has the same pattern as the ritual scar that was on Tatis Sid's forehead.
I think we need to make our way as fast as possible to the Unseen Eye.
Which is which direction?
I have no idea. I think we run.
But you do notice that the guards have clearly picked up notice of this, and you can spot at least 4 of them beginning to gather up their cloaks and their spears and make their way towards the 2 of you to investigate.
You know what we could do? We could go up to her and ask her what she wants, rather than get chased.
Nevets will wave the guards over to himself and Luthander.
Okay.
I turn myself in.
And he looks up to the guards when they present themselves. He says, "Gentlemen, I do believe this mistress is trying to pin a crime on us that was not one that we committed. This is probably the necklace she is talking about. And if you would escort us under arms to the any outposting of the Comedy of the Unseen Eye, you'll find that she is wanted by many personnel for her stealing and false efforts to relieve others of their gold. We are happy to go with you under escort. For that matter," and he slowly pulls out the letter, "we are currently on a mission from Lady DeVerne to inquire as to who might have put a tattoo on her son against his will."
The guards look at Nevets, look at the paper, and look at Jillian. And Nevets, I'm going to need you to make a persuasion check. At disadvantage. So you're rolling twice and taking the lower result.
Yep. 13 on the die and an 18 on the die for a 17.
17.
Okay, not
All right.
bad.
So you see the guards, look between the 2 parties there. One of them rub his chin. "Oh no, the little man seems like he's got some official writ here. Can't we just beat him, can we?" And his friend's like, "Oh, why can't we just beat him? He's just a little shazot." Looked at Luthander. "A scrappy one looks like he might put up a fight." Look, there's 4 of us and 2 of them. Jillian Vennex just puts her hands to her face. Like, "Guards, gentlemen, please. They've stolen a valuable necklace and heirloom from my mother." Guards, "Oh, man." She makes a good point, too. I mean, you got this necklace and you're claiming that it's all some sort of setup? That seems awfully convenient to me.
This necklace is the symbol of the Unseen Eye. This is why I advise you to take us to their headquarters and let them speak for themselves as to whether they believe that this was stolen by us or by this lady over here who had planted it on us. We are happy to go under arms, but this is their symbol, not my own, and not that of Miss Vennex over there.
Look to each other. This sounds like some dangerous cult stuff. know what? You know what? This is above our pay grade. We need to have some authority figure make a call here. He looks to the smallest of the guard members, who's clearly like barely a teenager with a little bit of peach fuzz in his lips. Like, go run off to the council. See if you can get one of the councilmen to come down here and break this impasse. It's like, all right, anyone in particular? Whichever one's available. First come, first serve. All right, and he scampers off towards the direction of the town hall. The guards go, all right, we're just gonna sit here and then we're gonna figure this all out. But obviously there's a lot of accusations flying back and forth. But I'm pretty sure that whatever the council says, I know at least we won't get in trouble. And Jillian just smiles politely and says, I think that is a marvelous idea, sir.
Does she know thieves can't? Is she a thief?
She's positive, actually. She thinks thieves can.
Good one. I like it.
Yes. She if you were just to try, she would likely reciprocate.
I'll whisper. I'll whisper to Nevets. I think we're going to end up with Lord Adowole. I mean, I just have a bad feeling about this.
Not a lord. Councilman
Adowole. I'm going to speak to her, see if I can find out what she wants.
Okay, Nevets will stay where he's at, and he says, if you give me the signal that we need to run, I have one way of distracting the guards.
Okay, and so I will say to...
No, I want to know what this one way is. But go, carry on.
Yeah, my secret signal is shouting run. Okay, yep, good. So I'm just going to say, okay, so this situation certainly doesn't serve us. Why do you want us arrested? What do you want?
Okay, but what do you think that sounds like in Thieves' Cant? Because it's like some crazy Victorian era street slang. What would that sound like, do you think?
Oh my god.
Hey, governor. What? I ain't done nothing. You ain't got nothing on me. I ain't no dirty little toe rag. That's my favourite, from The Bill. I don't know if anyone watched that TV show. The cops are always calling the criminals dirty little toe rags. So,
that's fair. And so she cocks her head to the little side with a little smile. She's like, just trying to get some bacons for my jibbies.
Yep.
Which you pick up to mean she just wants all of your money.
I'll say, I'll just say, gotta hit the Frogger, going up the apples and stairs, apples and pears, sorry. Ain't got no bag of fruit, which is saying, well, perhaps we can come to an arrangement, could we come to some sort of arrangement on this?
And she rubs her fingers and thumb together and like, I ain't no stink. I'll take halvesies. And she'll accept a modest bribe to let this all drop.
Just say, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. Will you call off the guards?
She says, actually, gentlemen, I apologize. I think there's been a misunderstanding. As though the youngest guard comes running back, out of breath, red face. Don't worry, I got him. He's here. And as that is going on, let's turn the camera back to our other three friends who are surrounded by some small children and the old seeress Mother Sylvenza, as a perfectly embalmed human hand has just jumped out of a bag of nuts, leaping to attack.
To attack whom?
That is going to depend on ye old Order O initiative, and it looks like it is going for Moore.
Of course.
It just senses that Moore is the person who would most appreciate being attacked by the servant of an evil deity.
Yeah, I love that for me.
I thought you said you always wanted a severed hand as a pet.
Yeah, no, I mean, can you imagine that the massage a severed hand could give? Like, it probably anything else is It gets in all the nooks and crannies that a normal person couldn't get. But by luck of the dice, Jericho, you get to react before the hand manages to climb its way out of Vezi's arms towards more. So, what would you, Jericho, our fearless mime, what would you care to do?
I think I'm going to swing an axe at it in midair. Try to slash it out of the air. We're going to see the...
Mid-air axe.
That is a 14 to hit.
14 is going to be a bare miss as you swing just under the stump of the hand. You would have caught it had it been an arm, but since it's just a hand, it instead leaps over towards Moore's face. Where said hand is leaping to attack.
If a hand takes me out after everything.
As the crowd screams in terror, children, scattering, Vezi staring in horror as it goes for a swipe with its terrible broken fingernails, and it rolls a 14 to hit. More? 14?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
14. For 4 slashing damage as its fingernails just grab hold of your face like you can taste the papery skin of its palm pressed up against your mouth.
You gotta hand it to it.
Oh God!
Oh, that was beautiful.
Should have had that long rest more. I can't
Poetry.
If
only we had a long rest. Yeah, maybe
Had we but known.
Only your rest had been long.
It would have been handy.
Just kill me now.
Adowole, you have the opportunity to save the day.
With the sentinel feat, I'm within enough space to get that reaction attack on it since it attacked someone.
Yes, you do, as a matter of fact.
Awesome. Can I attack it without hitting more?
Let's find out. Let's
Shit.
roll to find out. The dice tell their own story.
Main question is did it stay on her face or did it drop to the ground after it slashed her face?
Oh, it's still on her face. It is. It's almost as if it's trying to claw its way into her mouth.
You know what this reminds me of? That scene from Home Alone where there's a tarantula on his head.
Oh my God!
That's. I have to say, of all the movies that you could have said, that's the most wholesome choice, and so I am surprised pleasantly. So that's
Okay. Well, instead of a maul to the face, I'm just gonna grab the hand and I can't grab it with the sentinel reaction, so I'm not gonna do the sentinel reaction. But I'm gonna grab with my action and get it off of her face.
okay. I believe in you. Everyone's gonna be fine.
15 plus my strength modifier, 19.
19 is a hit.
Okay. What do I do? What do I roll for this since I'm just trying to get it off of her face and whatnot?
So you can do your improvised weapon damage, or you can also just do your strength modifier as a punch, since you don't have improved unarmed strike.
Yeah, I'll just do that. So 4 damage.
Okay. So you go and grab onto the hand, wrenching it from her face, and as you press into this hand, it feels both unnaturally strong, and as you press down, your fingers pushing into the papery skin, the skin sort of flakes off, and the flesh underneath is also bitterly, bitterly cold, like holding on to an ice cube. But it is now wriggling like a strange, lopsided spider in your own hand. And Moore, what are you up to?
Okay, well, it's off of my face.
Off your face.
So, what's a girl to do? I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame on it.
Sacred Flame. Okay, let's flame away.
Does a 14 hit?
It's a
14
dex
barely
save.
misses.
Oh, dex save.
Dex save.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yep.
Never mind,
Yep.
never mind.
Oh, there
And
you go.
I'm holding it, so
Would
So
it
it should have disadvantage, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's give this sucker his dex save.
I
And,
know how to play D&D.
don't we all?
I don't.
We have 12.
5.
Ooh,
Disadvantage,
that's
right?
gonna
5
fail.
disadvantage. You're right. He rolled. Yeah.
It's gonna fail either way. So let's see. I roll a 1d8. 7.
7. It is vulnerable to fire damage.
Ooh.
So that 7 is a 14 as the hand bursts into flames in Adowole's hand.
Hot potato.
I'm holding fire.
You all are holding fire. Back to Jericho as everyone's screaming, the children are running around, and Mother Sylvenza is watching with this wide-eyed shock. What is Jericho up to?
So like we are like inside the cart right now.
Well, you're outside of her tent, so you're out in the open. It's
Oh, we're out in the open. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure the narrative wise. All right, so I'm gonna try to calm the children down and like this. I'm gonna make like a distraction for them, like weave like some kind of illusion to distract them from what's going on.
Make a performance check, please.
Okay. Yeah. Using
Performance.
my
See how performative you're feeling right now.
I'm feeling very I'm doing a little magic trick. Oh wow, okay, that's pretty good. 15 plus something. 15 plus whatever that is. It's
Plus 4, so 19.
Nice. Okay, 19.
So how would you entertain these children? This is your...
So as Jericho usually does, she's gonna like weave a she starts like pulling flowers out of her sleeves, and they start exploding into the air, and then they start like swirling around the kids, and then they like fly up into the air and sparks go out. You know, her regular routine to try to just distract them from the chaos that's going on. Like, don't look at the severed hand, look at these sparkly colors. And she's like, and like she's like sachets across the yard there and starts like weaving colors around to distract them. And she like I motioned to the cart keeper to like maybe help out with the undead hand thing. Like
So the children, being children and not particularly bright, are instantly distracted by the shiny lights produced by Jericho, and they cease their screaming and scampering and instead begin to follow Jericho like the Pied Piper around the immediate area, getting them out of danger.
Mhm.
As the burning claw tries to dig its way out from Adowole's grip, it rolls a
Miss.
So it's still they're helpless in your hands. What are you going to do to try to finish this thing off?
I'm gonna drop it. Well, I'm gonna face away from Moore, so that way it has to go through me to get to Moore.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it on the ground, and then take them all. I said, someone's getting smashed today, and I didn't think it would be a hand, but it's gonna be a hand. And I'm gonna swing my maul down at it.
Swing away.
Oh yes, 15 on the die for 16.
Oop, that would do. And so you smash the hand as you see some of its fingers snap off as it begins trying to scamper away through the grass, turning it over to Moore. If you can get it before it runs away.
Yeah, I just cast another sacred flame at it.
Any one-liners, quips to get you going?
I don't think Moore has it in her anymore. Just a grunt of and just.
See if you pass this as a dexterity save, you know that you should have used a quip. No, throw that out there.
8.
Up
Nope.
and 8. That is a fail.
Okay, 1d8. 5 for 10.
5 for 10. So Moore, how do you finish this fight?
Moore's eyes just glow ablaze of this golden bright aura, and she just throws her hands out in front of her and exhales out of frustration and just casts one giant flame of cold energy on this freaking hand.
So the hand is incinerated into this black, ashy smear on the ground as the children think it's part of Jericho's show all laugh in delight, and everyone gives a cheer. This Vezi looks down at her bag of Humber nuts and then sees some of the little skin flakes still there in the bag and just sets it aside.
There we go.
You see that Mother Sylvenza just lets out a sigh of relief. Zatis, once more you have found a way to save the day, even without the power of foresight.
I'm getting very tired of saving the day, but apparently we're not allowed to rest until we do. So, you know what? Fine. We're gonna save the day. And Moore's gonna turn to Jericho and Adowole and of course Bartholomew. Shall we just get this over with?
Bartholomew the pig just snorts. I am at your disposal for however long I remain on this mortal coil, my lady.
I think you have to return Bartholomew.
Jericho
He did
kneels
promise to
down.
give the pig back. Yeah.
Yeah, Jericho kneels down and like starts scratching Bartholomew's like behind the head there. Yeah.
Lets out a little weary pig grunt. Mother Sylvenza says, No, the hour is late. It is time for the fireworks show to close the carnivalle, and as soon as the other zatis are here, then we should all tuck down for the night. We have a long day on the road tomorrow.
Right. If only all of the zatis were here, that would sure make for a tremendous night. But no, of course not. Of course. So, okay. Nate, is there a place in this camp that has like that has a lot of medical supplies, maybe some potions? Like, where would a couple teenagers go to steal a bunch of really important, powerful stuff in this camp?
So Anton still has all of that stuff in the tent of Jess.
I'm just gonna go towards Adowole and Jericho and be like, okay, we go to Anton's tent, we grab a bag, and we just fill it with everything important, and we go find Luthander and Nevets, and we rescue them because I'm sure they're in trouble or they're dead, and then we either just, I don't know, kill the lore, let's just finish this.
I think
As you debate that plan, back on the street in Nevermore, the fourth youngest guard rushing back, red-faced and out of breath, as you can see some more guards and a cloaked figure approaching down the street. And you see that
Okay.
Jillian Vennex give a little look over to Luthander at the sound of it. It sort of non-verbally says, like, this is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah. I'll say, I don't know, get rid of the bottle stoppers. Well, we got to get rid of the bottle stoppers. We ain't got much bees and honey. We're Coles and Coke, and we got to hit the Frogger soon.
And as you relay that crystal clear message, you can see coming down the street the hooded figure in this very fine silver and gold embroidered cloak pushes his hood back, and you can see that there is a much, much older gentleman with this silvery white beard, closely cropped, and some liver spots on his face, bald head that's almost shining in the moonlight rising, and he squints like his vision's not particularly good. As it's what appears to be the trouble?
Misunderstanding, my lord.
Misunderstanding.
It seems.
I was told there was something about cults and thievery and lies and disturbing the public peace and Hanatars in my city.
My lord, we are here on behalf of Lady Deverne, and there's been a
Old
misunderstanding.
biddy, what does she have you here for?
Oh.
Do you know who I am, boy? As all the guards, sort of snap to attention like there, you can sense that they're not comfortable around this guy. And you hear that one of the guards, nudge the young guy. It's like, I thought you were trying to get Lord Odell. It's like, I couldn't help it. The Lord Mayor was right there in the office.
So I'll say your great reputation is known far and wide, Lord Mayor, and we are but humbly here to do the bidding of Lady to assist Lady Deverne to deal with an injustice that was done to her son.
See, then the old man points his finger at the two of you as he looks at the guard and say, see, with the Hanatars, always about those sausages. Always trying to steal children to make those sausages.
But have you tried them with in a burgundy sausage? Ah,
No.
exceptional. No, sir. It's not. It is not about sausages. We would never dream of such a thing, and we don't wish to cause trouble in your fine city.
Well, trouble it seems you have caused, sir. So what is the complaint here? That you're thieves and she's a cultist? Is that what I understand?
I will look at Vennex with one eyebrow up.
Jillian Vennex,
Did it help you?
she pulls a pocket watch out of her coat pocket and says, oh, would you look at the time? As she shows the pocket watch to them, she casts the jump spell and jumps over the nearest building to run away.
Ah.
Great. That's fantastic. And I'll say, where did the occultist go?
You see the Lord Mayor shake his head. See, this is what I told you. We should have ignored Odal's prevarications and his soft attitudes about tolerance and just burned that stupid carnivalle to the ground the moment that they arrived. Well, you have the description of the girl. Half of you, go find her. Other half of you, just say, do we have room in the cells? You see one of the youngest of the guards say, well, I think so, sir. And he's like, never mind. Just kill them.
I will scream,
I'm waiting for the signal.
dear gods. Oh my gods. She's summoned a dragon. It is over there. I'll point the other way and let out a blood-curdling scream. It's going to kill us all.
Please make a deception check that may determine the fate of Nevets and Luthander.
Can I assist?
How would you assist? I'm curious as to this.
I would, behind my back, I would launch one of the flaming magic missiles out of the wand to hit some pile of rubbish on the other side of the street.
So adding some arson to the list. Okay.
Yeah.
Just light arson. Okay.
Light
That
arson.
sounds like assistance. I think that would justify advantage on this roll. Luthander.
All right.
You got this.
Deception, come on.
What is it, dragons?
That's a 3.
3. Well, you roll twice.
Come on.
You roll twice.
Come on. Yes, that's an 18.
Okay.
Plus 4, 22.
Okay. So the guards, they glance in the direction that you shouted because it's natural human instinct. And then they are alarmed when all of a sudden a nearby stack of hay bales bursts into flames. And they immediately grab up their shields and spears and shout, "To arms!" as they scatter about looking for any signs of this dragon, momentarily forgetting in the chaos that Luthander and Nevets are still in the center of the street.
To the shadows. Let's go.
Yeah, we sprint.
Okay. Please, the both of you, would you make an athletics check?
Oh boy.
Athletics.
Run for the lives. And as you're running for that, we'll come back to get the rolls. For Luthander, Adowole, and Jericho, how goes the
More
potential?
Adowole
Sorry,
and Jericho.
more Adowole, Jericho. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Trying to give more a break since she's been through a lot. How goes your planning back at the carnival?
So
Off to get potions.
we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Let's get strapped up.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, the adults are not helping, so.
Gotta take matter into our own hands.
Yeah. And we're keeping the pig for tonight.
Oh yeah, he's coming with.
Yeah, he is.
All right. And so as you come up to the tent of jest, you can hear there seems to be like a rather heated discussion where you can pick up the voice of Kray-the-Blade being like, "What do you mean you don't know where they are?" And Anton's shaky voice, "How was I supposed to know? I mean, they're adults. They're taking care of themselves." And Kray chiming in, "So we have 5 teenagers who cleared a spider den, saved children from lizard folk, and single-handedly fought off a cult. And you're telling me you don't know where they are, and you haven't healed them?" Anton, sort of shakily replying, "Please, Kray, it's been a long day for me too."
I think Jericho is gonna literally just sidle up to them and be like, "So about that healing." Like,
Yeah.
Just walk straight up.
Okay. And as Jericho pops up out of the shadows, see Anton gasp in
God.
surprise. Nearly faint, but he holds steady. Jericho, you've scared me half to death.
I think you already are half to death. What she said.
Yes, if you could heal us and potentially just anything beyond that. Healing's great, but if you're, holding out on us and I find out later, I will sabotage you.
And Kray looks to Adowole and is like, where are the other two?
We don't know.
Because we don't know where they are because we left them to read this book and we don't know what chapter they're on. So we're going to just heal up. You're going to help us out. And then we're just going to go find them where we left them and get that book review.
Sure.
Roll a deception check on Kray.
A book review. Nice.
Book review.
Okay, 10 on the die, but I'm pretty good at deception. 15.
Dane! And you see Kray give you a hard look, and his eyes just narrow. Just narrow it more. I'm going to count 100,
Mm-hmm.
and you will bring them back.
But we're gonna be
1,
healed because, like you said,
2,
No.
3,
No. Heal me first, and then I'll go
4,
get them. How do I know I won't run into cultists along the way?
5,
And then I'll die, and then you have my blood on your hands.
6.
And how will you sleep at night every
I
time
think
you close my
Jericho's gonna
eyes?
start
7,
grabbing potions. Can she kind of sneak over and start
8.
grabbing potions from?
Yeah, Anton is so distracted he has no idea what you're doing.
I'm gonna totally try to steal some stuff.
Okay, yeah, there's no one even attempting to get in Jericho's way as you scoop up a fistful of potions. You got it's like trying to grab as many
I'm
Red
getting
Bulls out
everything.
of a cooler as possible.
Oh, very familiar experience for me.
I'm unsurprised.
Adowole is going to look at Kray, look at Moore, throwing a fit, and then just, we'll be on our way. He's going to pick up Moore, throw her over his shoulders, like, we're out, we're leaving.
And every time you close your eyes at night, you're going to see my lifeless corpse behind those lids.
12,
and my blood will run deep.
13,
Yep.
14,
We're
I will
leaving.
curse you and all of your lineage.
15,
Because I have that power.
16.
More.
I got the bag on my shoulder. I'm like walking out the flap
By
of the
the-
tent.
We get a certain amount of paces away. I put her back down. I was like, you're our only one, aren't you, right now? All right, let's go. Come on. And Adowole is going to start jogging towards the way to the city.
Okay, and as you're jogging, what was the result of the athletics checks from Luthander and Nevets?
I had a 6 on the die for an adjusted 5.
Jesus Christ.
I did a lot better than
Is
that. I had
there
a 12
a
for an adjusted
possibility
11.
to get advantage?
There might be. What did Luthander get?
I got 12 for an adjusted 11.
Oh,
Athletics is not a strong point.
not
Yeah.
super athletic.
We're more acrobatic than athletic. We're,
Right.
we're very lithe, but not very strong.
Twinks.
Okay.
So that's not an advantage, is what you're saying.
So the two of you bolt blindly through the city, running in the path of least resistance. And of course, having never been inside the walls of Nevermore, having no city map, and having no real orientation, especially with the sun having gone down over the hills now, you manage to get yourselves down at least hill a bit to the rough dockside of the city, where you can see some of the boats moored there, ready to go across the river to parts beyond. But there you see that the trail has abruptly ended on the wharf with a very, very irritated guardsman standing on the opposite end, hemming you in.
Did you hear about the dragon?
He
the
readies
dragon?
his shield and spear. He's like, just want to make it clear, I ain't got anything personal against you other than, the child sausage thing, but Lord Nevermore said kill you, so just doing my job.
If I know the Lord Mayor, as I think he's introduced himself, he's not going to want to bother seeing bodies of dead Shazats. Would it not be enough for you to just show the money you took off of our bodies? probably not showing him all of it. And Nevets pulls out a coin purse that still has 24 gold in it and just kind of throws it towards his feet. I suspect it would make just as much sense for you to chuck our bodies into the water and be done with us. And I don't see any reason why our bodies couldn't go in the water right now and leave you to your own devices.
And you see the guard buck up a bit, like, hey, now, you're trying to bribe me.
I am trying to bribe you, sir.
Now, that's an insult to my integrity. You know, I may not be much, but I have my pride.
That's all the money I have, sir.
I mean, I understand how a bribe works. I'm not stupid.
Sir, as soon as the other guards get down here, that bribe will obviously be off the table, as you'll have to kill 2 Shazats, and then you'll have to split the gold.
Of the thing. Goodness, I try to be tolerant about your people. Child
my
sausage aside.
People?
But,
What do you mean by my people?
Oh, you know, the child-eating demon bloods that travel around and thieve all the time. I got nothing against you, but a bribe. That, sir, that is a bridge too far.
Would you rather we just take the money and walk away?
I mean, I gotta kill you. It's my job.
Can I get an assessment of how tough this guy looks?
Sure. Give a perception check.
Oh, boy. 2 on the die for an adjusted 4.
He certainly looks like he could kick the snot out of a halfling.
I've no doubt of that. I was more curious about how many hit points, but yes.
Something up your sleeve, Luthander?
Yeah. Heaps up my sleeve. I'm going to say this is, I think my friend here has not perhaps explained exactly, well, there may be miscommunication. This is not a bribe. This is a compensation for the trouble that you've had to go to in order to make sure we disappear and never trouble this city again.
I'm confused as to how that's different from a bribe.
Well, it's not a bribe. It's compensating you for your valuable time. You've already taken some just talking to us. That's a positive outcome for everyone involved.
Okay, so if I understand, I take the money, kill you, and then that really that seems like a bad deal for you. I mean, not that it's really my concern given the outcome here, but am I missing some key point here?
Yes, you skipped the killing bit.
Oh, no, but the Lord Mayor said, Lord Nevermore said, kill those guys, and these people start disobeying the Lord Mayor, that becomes anarchy. The town's named after the man, for bloody hell's sake.
Well, he's demanding one thing, but we're here assisting Lady Deverne. Would you want that difficulty in your life? Lady Deverne will be most displeased, and I realize that warring nobles is not something that anyone wants in their life. It's just a complication, isn't it?
He just gives a little shrug and is like, the Devernes are a bunch of dipshits anyway.
Are there any rowboats nearby?
There is one tied up on the wharf, yes.
Okay.
Luthander, you gave your best shot. I'm going to unleash the 4 remaining magic missile firebolts in the wand at this guy and make a break for the dinghy.
Okay. Please roll the damage on those magic missiles.
10 hit points total, as 4 magic missiles hit him in the chest.
So, as those 4 missiles arc out from the wand, they hit, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, 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 in quick succession into the man's chest for 10 hit points of damage. He staggers and he looks down at the 4 burn marks in his studded leather armor. Now you go and done it. As he raises his spear and shield.
Now it's compensation. And
Yes.
Nevets is going to try to do a fighting retreat to the dinghy.
Luthander?
I have a bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
That's a lot of
And
ball bearings.
I am gonna throw a large number. I'm gonna say 2-3 handfuls. I'm gonna try and roll under his feet and join Nevets.
All right. So in 5e, so in the ball bearings, the target must make a DC 10 dexterity save to avoid falling prone. Let us see.
I was hoping it'd be a little harder, but
let us see if said guard can pass to chase you on the wharf. And the answer is
No.
no.
Oh my
The answer
god.
is no.
Oh my.
The guard rolls a 9, begins sprinting on the wharf, rolls in the ball bearings, and biffs it, going ass over tea kettle and slamming down on his back as Luthander and Nevets jump into the rowboat.
Enjoy the compensation, sir. Thank you for your understanding. And Nevets is rowing as hard as his little arms can row.
And as you row down the river, you hear the guard, wounded and now with both body and pride, shout out, "You're just perpetuating stereotypes of your people!"
Nevets does get up and he just screams, Fine, but we do not turn children into sausage. That's just racist on your part.
And as the guard and the town disappear off down the bend of the river, you can see the smoke and the lights rising from what now seems to be a rather sizable fire raging through the town of Nevermore from all of the killing that Nevets had lit aflame.
dragon.
You literally
dragon,
light
man.
the city on fire?
Wow, we burned down a town.
Whoa, this is messed up.
And that is about when, as Adowole and Moore and Jericho come crashing through the woods towards the city, you see out of the corner of your eye, coming to the bend of the river, the rowboat with Luthander and Nevets madly paddling down towards you.
Yeah, and we're just aiming for the bank. We're trying to get off, and we'll send the boat further down as we make our way back. They might expect us to carnivalle. They might know where we're from. Shoot. Maybe we should meet up with the caravan further on down the road. We'll put it ashore, though.
Nevets. Nevets. I
Yes.
see you.
Yes, I see you.
We have like 30 seconds, 30 counts of whatever Kray is counting to get back to Kray.
Okay. We also need to find a way to probably hide myself, and to a lesser extent, Luthander. I think Luthander looks more like a normal person, but they might be looking for a Shazat's halfling who started the city on fire.
What?
It was not on purpose.
We have barrels of humber nuts with flakes in it.
You have what?
Long story, we'll tell you later.
Can we just go home and go to sleep then? We were gonna go save you guys, but let's just be done with today. Can we please just be done with today? Can we all agree to be done with today?
Jericho's like wide-eyed, like staring at the fire in the distance, then turns to Nevets slowly. What's happening?
Nevets is putting the necklace with the unseen eye into the rowboat and pushing the rowboat down the river, so possibly they will continue to track that. Yes. We were trying to make a distraction. As it turns out, it was a bit too effective.
Yeah.
But I think Moore's statement from earlier in the day might have been correct. I think curiosity could kill the Hanatas. I don't think I feel the need to go into cities anymore after this.
Wow, yeah, your curiosity's been satiated.
But-
You're good now?
Well, and we found some news. There's a place nearby where there might be strange artifacts and evil green powers that we should probably explore, because it might help us to find stuff that we need to help stop the end of the world.
Adowole, you need to hold me back before I punch Nevets in the face right now.
Jericho's like turns to the fire in the distance, then turns back to you. I think you caused the end of the world.
Yes.
Wow.
That could have been any halfling.
We should probably get to the carnivalle and tell them to leave tonight as opposed to tomorrow morning.
Yep. All right. Adowole will like corral everyone and be like, all right, let's go. And lightly pushing them, like using his foot to push Nevets rather than his hands. But let's go. Let's go. Let's get back to the carnivalle. Have some mead. I passed up on some mead, brother, for you. So you owe me mead.
I think we need to get out of here immediately. I don't think we have any time to waste. Like, they're immediately going to come after us.
Yeah, I think we should go to Kray and the Bondurant Council and immediately tell them that we need to strike camp now and start rolling.
We
use a strong word.
There was a misunderstanding.
Slight, ever so slight.
So slight.
All right, well,
Nevermore is Nevermore.
Jeez.
So as you come back down the trail towards the carnivalle, which is now has completely emptied of visitors, save for the Hanatas who are busy striking camp, you can hear a voice calling out from the tent of Jess. 93, 94.
Oh shit!
Why is Kray counting?
You guys are reading a book, okay?
I imagine we're like running into camp like Mach speed, right? We're
I assume so.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sprinting. I don't.
Like we're just like sprinting over to where he's at.
And as is canon, all of us are very unathletic when it comes to aerobics. So,
We all
Kray, there's been a slight misunderstanding with the town guards, and we may have lit the city on fire. And he hands him 75 gold pieces. You should keep this because the Jillian Vennex lady is trying to rob us again, but I think we should strike camp immediately. They might be coming to arrest myself and Luthander, and possibly the entire carnival.
Kray looks at Nevets as he's sharpening one of his knives. just holds that moment for a look for a while.
And I was reading a book.
He looks over to Anton and says, "Tell Borag and Kalnasi, you strike now." He will explain later what actually has happened. And as that's going on, you see that the Vezi and Mother Sylvenza wander over. Vezi holding Mother Sylvenza's hand. And Vezi going, Oh, you're back. I was so worried about you. I had this awful feeling that something really bad had happened.
Just a feeling? No vision this time, Vizzy?
We don't want to know. We don't want to know. Why would we want to know the vision?
And as Nevets asks, Vezi gives Mother Sylvenza's hand a tight squeeze as she looks and nods eagerly to Nevets and says, "Yeah, it was one of those sight visions, one of those things Mother Sylvenza talks about. But this one was even worse than the gooey cube." You see that Mother Sylvenza looked to Nevets and said, "Child, what are you talking about?" And her voice cuts off mid-sentence as her eyes go wide and her pupils dilate.
Vezi or Mother Sylvenza?
Mother Sylvenza.
Okay.
Look what you did, Nevets.
And then you see Vezi start shaking Mother Sylvenza's hand furiously. Goes, "Oh, it's coming! It's coming! The bad thing! It's coming!" As Kray gets up and puts his hand in the hilt of his sword, and looks around, but there's nothing that anybody can see.
Mother Sylvenza doesn't say anything?
Mother Sylvenza is just like staring off in the middle distance, like her mouth slack and her eyes wide.
Is there like any strange energies going around? Like any arcana or religious, either non-holy or holy?
Everyone make an arcana check. Please.
9.
4.
Natural 20.
What'd you get,
That is a
Jericho?
16 for me.
16. Okay. More. You see nothing. Luthander. You see nothing. Jericho. You see nothing. Adowole. You also see nothing. Nevets, you feel this weird sense of vertigo, as if like something is like sucking you through a straw at incredible speed, like wind rushing all around you, until you suddenly come to an abrupt stop, like some force just yanked you to a halt. And everything around you is barren rock, but there's these emerald-colored tentacles that are wrapping around, almost like slithering on the ground. and you can feel them start to coil themselves around you. And as the emerald smoke becomes denser and thicker and heavier on the horizon, you see it coalesce into this enormous emerald skull with burning eyes. And you hear a voice call out,
I come for you.
and then the other four of you see simultaneously Mother Sylvenza and Nevets drop unconscious to the floor. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the conclusion of Book 1 of Gooey Cube's Red Star Rising adventure, The Darkest Dream. And you've all reached level 2! Yay! Everyone's level 2 now!
Yeah.
If Moore finds out that Nevets is the Moogdish, she's gonna kill him. He'll never get to enjoy level 2.
Nope.
Never get to enjoy level 2. But you managed to save the day, you stop some evil cultists, burn down the city.
Yeah.
Which,
Didn't see that one coming.
special shout out to Moore for all she endured in the course of the worst day a teenager's had in fantasy RPGs in quite
It
some
was
time.
pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't involve the death of a parent or anything. Like, it was like,
No.
just a really bad day.
Just a really, really bad day.
And excellent quick thinking on both Jericho's part for distracting the children.
I'm genuinely shocked we all survived. Genuinely.
Me
shocked.
too.
Hey everybody, thanks again for joining us on Visions, Veiled and Violent, Copper Dragon Productions' actual play of Gooey Cube's Darkest Dream adventure from the Red Star Rising campaign. Check out all of their amazing content at gooeycube.com. As always, a special thank you to Tabletop Audio for providing the music that accompanied this episode. As stated last week, Visions, Veiled and Violent will be taking a break for an indeterminable amount of time, while some of the team members handle real-life issues. Thank you for listening and for all of your support. For those of you who have been kind enough to support us financially, we ask that you switch from the $3 tier on Patreon to the $0 tier. When we come back, and we do believe it's a matter of when, not if, we'll be sure to send updates via Patreon. Again, we don't believe this is the end of Visions, and certainly not an end for the actors and tech crew who will continue to help tell stories, even if it's not this particular story. To quote the great halfling, hobbit, little person, who first opened this world to me, Mr. Bilbo Baggins, the road goes ever, ever on. Remember, you don't know the burden others have carried to arrive at your gaming table, so be kind. Safe travels until next time.